At 5 o'clock, the women's intermediate final will be.
Another amazing Middle East season kicked off at the Dubai Sports City with local club the Dubai Celts running a slick show for 900 players over 2 days. This weekend there's even more players bound for Bahrain, and there's change in the air with a new Middle East chairman, Cavan man Patrick Moynagh, based in Saudi Arabia. He also manages the Riyadh ladies team. It sounds like a crazy fit, but it works.
It is. It's one of those things which you really shouldn't fit, but it does. The Middle East and the development of football in the Middle East is a success story that has already been profiled in the World Games. Maybe counts for that. Within that chapter of the GAA, when you look at Saudi Arabia, then it's one further step into the relative unknown. A broadly closed economy, difficult to get in, equally difficult to get out. One of the few societies in the world where you need a visa to get out of the country. So we're challenged by those things and maybe some of the social norms in Saudi Arabia, which says that men and women don't mix in social or sports circumstances. But we deal with that, and to be able to come to tournaments like this on a day like this and exhibit what our girls and our lads can do is it's really the spirit of the parish, I think.
It sounds like you've already put your other hat on. I was going to ask you about, you're the new chairman of the Middle East. How big a challenge is that when you see events like this here today with maybe 900 people here?
Well, the Middle East County Board is 3 years old now. We've had football in the Middle East since 1994 officially. In fact, the Riyadh club was the first established of those affiliated back in 1994. But under the stewardship of James Kennedy, the first and previous chair, James established the Middle East Board with a cohort of strong people, and I was privileged to be part of that cohort at the time. But James has grown what was a series of tournaments into a formal league and championship structure. We hosted the inaugural World Games then last year, of which you were an integral part. And this year then we see continued growth on the football side, LGFA and GAA, but also in the small ball game with hurling and camogie, and I guess that's one of the areas of opportunity for us to further develop.
And what particular growth do you see there?
Well, as we indicated on football, we see almost exponential growth there. Now we have 5 LGFA divisions of teams competing here today, 4 men's GAA divisions. Hurling is at a different stage of development. We have 13 teams based in 4 clubs, and we have very much a premier stream of teams and a development stream of teams, and at the moment we're looking to find the best development opportunity to ensure that we've got a continuous flow of hurlers to supplement what I just have to say as well, to supplement the team that won the Harry Boland or the World Games Cup for hurling in Croke Park just a month ago.
And just finally, could I ask you to sum up the spirit of what it's like in the Middle East to be involved in the GAA and where it is in 2016?
Well, one of my colleagues said to Liam O'Neill when he visited here 3 years ago, one of my clubmates in fact, she was asked, what's it like being part of the GAA in the Middle East and overseas? And she summed it up, and Liam used this catchphrase almost in the Oireachtas committee a couple of days later. She said, it's like a band-aid on a homesick heart. And I guess that's pretty much where we fall. We provide some salve to the challenge of being away from home.